Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Right, brother Marquas, coming back with a quick video. Right, another cold cut. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right, Shalom to everyone that's on the comment board. All right, Don Israel, Shalom King, and Shalom to everyone that's tuning in, and Lord willing will tune in. All right, Shalom to all the brothers and sisters that's out doing the work in whatever way or fashion the Most High may have you doing it in, whether that be you teaching, whether that be you being a pillar of rest, right? Whether that be you preparing for the Shabbat, any way, shape, or form, however way you do the work, all praise to the Most High. I want to say Shalom. All right, so the lesson and the topic, I believe I forgot what I named the title verbatim, but this video is namely going into how the Most High sees our works, our righteous works, our wicked works. All works are seen before the Most High, whether they be on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. And this video mainly is just a reminder, right? Reminder that the Most High, He is watching you. Whether you be in wickedness and folly and you get just caught out there naked, or whether on the right-hand side, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Right? You praising the Most High, you being diligent behind closed doors. Either way, shape, or form, the Most High, He sees and knows your works. All right, I want to kick it off with 1 Samuel. All right, 1 Samuel chapter 15. Salaki. Not 1 Samuel. All right, Hebrews 4:13. All right, let's go to Hebrews chapter 4, verse 13. And Salakia for the sweat, it's hot outside. But we're going to endure it through the Spirit. So this 1 Samuel chapter 4 and verse number 13. It says, neither is there any creature that is not manifest in His sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of Him with whom we have to do. So the Lord said all things are both naked and open before His eyes. And that's deep, man. Right? That's extremely deep. The Lord said out of everything that's created in the earth, from the smallest baby ant that you see to the mightiest man of valor, right, to the skyscrapers, the Most High said everything, right, is naked before His sight and open before His eyes. So if all things are naked and open before the eyes of the Most High, how much more your works? How much more you in His truth? If the Most High sees a little ant as them crawling through the grass and He sees that with a clear vision, how much more your works does the Most High see, man? All right, and that's something, Slacky. That's always something. Bugs out here, right? That's always something to keep in mind. How either way, shape, or form, all your works are literally naked before the Most High. That's not saying literally, no clothes on, but that's just saying how the Most High exposes and He observes everything that He's created. All right, let's go to the book of Sirach 23 and 13. Let's go to Sirach 23 and verse number 13. I'm gonna start at verse 19. Right, Sirach 23 and verse 19. It says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men. Right, because you have certain men, they only fear men. All right, they only fear getting caught with their pants down. A lot of people, when you doing wrong. When you in the dark, whether that be physical or spiritual. You know when you going off, when you at the workplace and ain't no brothers around you, ain't no sisters around you to correct you. You start going off, having wicked conversations, indulging with the world, like how Peter was doing when Paul caught him in the book of Galatians, the 2nd chapter. But guess what? The Lord said what? Again, such a man only feareth the eyes of men. Yeah, a lot of people, you only fear what man has to say to you because you feel like only man's the one that sees you. It says, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So the Most High said His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And you got the sun out right now. Like I said, it's extremely hot out right now. But guess what? The Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than that sun. All right, you thought that 80-degree weather with the sun was out and there was no clouds, you thought that sun was bright? Imagine that times 10,000. That's how bright the eyes of the Most High is, right? Parabolically speaking. And 10 is a spiritual number, meaning infinite. So the Most High, that just shows and puts that emphasis on how bright the eyes of the Most High are really open unto the ways of man. All right, let me get this in Galatians chapter 6. Genesis 6 real quick. How else would the Most High know that the earth was full of wickedness, right? And that all the hearts of men was just straight up wicked, which is why he destroyed the earth with a flood. All right, this is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse number 5. It says, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth. Yeah, again, how else would the Most High know that man's wickedness is great? Isn't man's wickedness great right now on the earth? Why? Because the Most High, his eyes, right, spiritually, which are the angels as well, the Most High's eyes are running to and fro throughout the whole earth, right, beholding all the ways of man. You have an angel right now next to you. All right, you have a scribe angel right now, jotting out everything that you do, your righteous works and your wicked works, right? And in the day of judgment, he's gonna count all those works and bring it back up to the Most High. You know, reading on in Genesis, it says, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Not only is the Most High looking at your works, but he's looking at your heart, your mind. He's looking at the spirit that's behind your works as well. Again, and this is not just talking about, just one nation of people. The Most High is just not looking at a select few of people, and he can't keep his eyes on everyone because there's too many people on the earth. No, every single individual, from myself to everyone on this live, again, to the smallest ant, to the mightiest man, to the tallest skyscraper, to anything that's living, anything that's created, the Most High has his eyes on that diligently. All right, let's go back to Sirach 23 and finish that out. All right, actually, that's it on that, right? Actually, it's a little bit more. It says, he knew all things, it says, he knew all things ere ever they were created. So also, after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. Right, that's right, 23 and 19 on down. Not only did the Most High know all his works, but he's the one that created all the works. Right? How else? You gotta put it in perspective. Why would the Most High create so many people, so many spirits, and not be able to keep up with all the spirits that he created? He's the Most High. All right? That's like you. It's like you got your action figures, right? Let's say you was a kid and you got all your toys with you, got your action figures, you got all of them right in front of you. That's how we are in the eyes of the Most High, as his creatures right in front of him, and he's controlling us in each and every single one of our works. Not only is he controlling us, but he's also jotting down every work that we have. All right, let's go to the book of, let's go to 2 Chronicles. Right, let's go to 2 Chronicles, chapter 16, and verse number 9. All right, 2 Chronicles, chapter 16, and verse number 9. And knowing that the Most High is watching us, knowing that the Most High's eyes are on us continually, that should push us to always do right before the Most High. All right, you got something called integrity. All right, doing what's right behind closed doors. Knowing that the same God that killed the firstborn of the Egyptians, all right, the same God that slew 185,000 Assyrians, all right, the same God that destroyed kingdoms and nations, that same God is literally watching you with a bird's eye view as we speak, 24/7. All right, let's go to the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 16 and verse number 9. It says, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to shew himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. So the Most High, his eyes is throughout the whole earth, are looking for the men and women whose heart is perfect before him. All right, imagine how many people's in this world right now. Esau said about, 7 billion, 6 billion, 8 billion. How many out of those billions of people that's on the earth, how many of their hearts are perfect and right towards the Most High as we speak right now? Right, not a lot. We all know this world is given unto wickedness. Satan rules this world. So if your heart is conformed to the Most High, conformed to Yahweh, right, and you're doing what you need to do in order to please the Most High, pursuing of Baruch, the 4th chapter, verse number 4, right, you're doing the things that's pleasing in the eyes of the Lord, how much more is he going to set his eyes and his mind upon you? Again, it said his eyes go to and fro throughout the whole earth. Let's read that again. All right. It says, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong on the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. How much more is the eyes of the Most High going to be set forth upon you? That much more. You're going to get that much more protection, because out of all the wickedness on the earth, he found you whose heart was perfect before. Right? It says, wherein thou hast done foolishly. Therefore, from henceforth, thou shalt have wars. All right, let's go to Job 34 and verse 21. All right, let's go to Job 34 and verse number 21. And again, that's a question that you should ask yourself. How many people on this earth is wicked? And what should I do to separate myself from the wickedness of this earth, so that the Most High can see my good works and reward me in due season? All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 34, and verse number 21. Right? It says, for his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. All right, that's the point. It says, there is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the works of iniquity may hide themselves. So the Most High said there's nowhere where sin can hide itself before the Most High. And that's deep. Again, this is very deep. Every single thing that you do is being scribed out with a pen of iron. All right, you got to remember it. Everywhere you go, it's a damn 10-foot angel right there. All right, it's a 10-foot angel, dark skin. All right, and he's jotting everything down that you're doing, your righteous works, your wicked works, evil thoughts, righteous thoughts. Right? Does it sound? Let me get a comment if you can still hear me. I know the sister said there's no sound. All right, Lord willing, y'all could put a comment. Okay, I'll praise to the Most High. All right, Shalom, family. All right, I'll praise to the Most High. So let's read that again. Job 34 and verse number 21. It says, for his eyes are upon the ways of man, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the works of iniquity may hide themselves. So again, the Lord said there's no shadow of death. All right, there's no hiding spot where iniquity can hide themselves. The Most High is not dealing with that hide and seek. All right, let me just find where you at. Right, it's the iniquity under the covers. This brother, where the hell does brother go? The angel is not. You're not getting away from an angel. That's scribing everything out. All right, again, there's nowhere where the works of iniquity may hide themselves. All right, that's like, you driving. All right, you just feel like going off. You're finna go and come in luminous right now. But it's an angel right there. All right, so you stop at the red light. You think you're finna keep straight. Then you, out of nowhere, hit a U-turn. Then you bust a right and you go in that alley. And you think you escape the angel of the Lord. Again, the Most High, he's not on man's time. The Most High doesn't work like man. The Most High controls you. You got to imagine, in this world, you got Esau. He has cameras set up in every spot. Right? You have Esau to where he has cameras that's set up to wherever you go in this world, you being watched one way, shape, or form. How much more the eyes and the angelical beings of Yahweh himself. All right, then the Lord say it's 10. Let me get this real quick. In the book of Psalms. Look at that, Psalms 68. All right, 10,000 times 10,000 are the angels of the Lord. And Mount Sinai, his holy place. I believe that's Psalm 68, in verse number 17. Right, this Psalm 68 and 17. It says, the chariots of Yahweh are 10,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. The Lord said it's 10,000s, even thousands of angels in Sinai. That's in one spot. How much more throughout the whole earth? Right? Imagine looking up into the third heavens, or slocking into the sky, into the heavens, and you see 10,000 and thousands of angels camped about in one area. And that's in Sinai. How much more in Babylon the Great, where it's wickedness, where the eyes of the Most High is watching 24/7? How much more you, brother and sister? Right, does the Most High have angels around you set about you 24/7 to record all your works? All right, let's go to Joshua chapter 7. Let's go to Joshua 7 and verse 1. So we're gonna get an account, right, on this man. Right, you got a man known as Achan. And through the Spirit, it's going to show that through this account, through this man being an example on how the Most High will search everything out and bring everything to light in due season. So this is the book of Joshua, chapter 7. We're going to start at verse number 1. It says, "But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zebdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took an accursed thing, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against the children of Israel." Right, so when you go into this account, I believe the chapter before, Israel, we went to war. And mind you, Joshua is leading us through the Spirit. But we end up losing the war. So everyone trying to figure out, Joshua making supplication on, okay, why do we lose this war? What the hell is going on? Most I thought you was with us. And whole time it was iniquity and sin within the body that only one man, this man Achan, he knew about because he committed it, but no one else knew about this thing. So now, to sum up the account, you got Joshua going up before the Most High. He's searching this matter out. Now I'm going to jump down to verse 6. It says, "And Joshua rent his clothes and fell to the earth upon his face before the ark of the Lord until the eventide." It says, "He and the elders of Israel," Salakia, read that again. It says, "He and the elders of Israel, and put dust upon their heads. And Joshua said, Alas, O Yahweh, wherefore hast thou at all brought this people over Jordan to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy us? When to God we had been content and dwelt on the other side of Jordan." Right, so he's really going off, really getting on the Most High. Right, he said, "Hey Lord, why did you bring us on this side of Jordan just for us to get oppressed by the Amorites?" All right, reading on, let's jump down to verse, and the Most High is going to explain, right, everything that's going on. Let's jump down to verse 11. It's what the Most High told Joshua. It says, "Israel have sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. For they have taken of an accursed thing, and have also stolen, and dissembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff." And guess what? This precept, it goes back to Sirach, chapter 23 and 19 that we brought out. Because Joshua, remember, Sirach 23 and 19, it says, "So feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun." Joshua didn't know what was going on. All right, Joshua didn't see this man take this idol, take this accursed thing. When you go into it, if you take an idol of another nation and you lodge it within your house, that's sin. If you kind of bring that, let's say, someone had a cross on, they stuck it in their pocket, and they walking into the house, and you think nobody see you, guess what? Your household is gonna turn into a curse. That's Deuteronomy 7 and verse 25. That's Joshua chapter 6 and verse number 18. You can't bring any accursed idol into your house to secretly worship it. But guess what? This man Achan, after we went to war, he seen the idols of these different nations, and he took it for himself, and he coveted it. And the Most High, for that reason, guess what? He destroyed us in that battle and had us fall to the Amorites. So, jumping down to verse. Now, this whole account is fire, Kind of want to get into this whole account. Nevertheless, we're going to jump down to verse number 20. It says, hold on now. We're going to jump down to verse. We'll jump down to verse 15. So now Joshua, after the Most High told Joshua what's going on, Joshua has to inquire, who did this thing. All right, now we're going to hold this precept. Let's go to Numbers chapter 23. Let's go to Numbers 23 so we can put everything in perspective. Right, it's Numbers 23, and I'm going to start at verse number 10. So mind you, in Joshua the 7th chapter, one man committed an iniquity. One man has an idol that's hid up, right, within all his house, right, throughout the whole nation. Now, let's get this in Numbers chapter 23 and verse 10. Let's see what the Lord said about Israel. It says, "Who can count the dust of Jacob and number of the fourth part of Israel?" It says, "Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like this." So the point is, in this verse, the Lord said, who can count the number of Jacob? Who can count the fourth part of Israel? If you divided Israel into 4 sections, that 1/4 of that section, and so many of us, you wouldn't be able to number it, to count that. The Lord compared us to the dust of the earth. There's so many dust particles, you can't count that. Can't just grab up a dust particle. Okay, that's 1. All right, that's 2. All right, and that's 3. You can't do that. There's so many dust particles, you can't physically even count that. The Most High compared us as a number, as the children of Israel, to us being dust spread across the earth and not being able to number us. But yet, in Joshua chapter 7, right, again, keep this in mind, you have us as the sand of the sea. How's Joshua going to be able to find out this one person that committed this iniquity if we're like the sand of the sea? What you're going to come to find out is that the Most High is always going to search you out no matter what. The Most High is always going to search out that iniquity, that sin that you're doing. It don't matter if it's billions of people upon the earth, trillions of people upon the earth. The Most High is always gonna find out, right, what's going on, and that angel's always right there recording, writing it down, and that angel is always gonna bring it up to the Most High. Why? Because nothing is naked before the eyes of the Most High, and that's something that Achan didn't understand until it was too late. So this is Joshua chapter 7 and verse number 16. All right, it says, so Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by their tribes, and the tribe of Judah was taken. And Joshua, he meant business, man. Said he rose up early in the morning. All right, not only did he get up early, but he had everyone else get up early so he can search out this thing and what the hell is going on. It's a plague within the body. It's a plague within the nation. So Joshua, him being head and king at this time, right, the ruler or judge, whatever you want to call him, he has to search this thing out. Throughout the billion of Israelites, the millions of Israelites, he has to find one man that went off. And as you see, it says, the latter part of verse 16 in Joshua 7, it says, and the tribe of Judah was taken. So out of all the nations, it's like out of all the tribes, all right, the Most High kind of put in Joshua's spirit to take the tribe of Judah. It says, and brought the family of Judah, and took the family of the Zaharites, and he brought the family, right, of the Zaharites, man by man, and Zebedee was taken. You gotta imagine Achan's mind right now. All right, he knows that these men just got put to death in war because of him, and he's hoping nobody finds out it was him. And as he sees it being searched out, he sees his tribe being taken to be what's the word I'm looking for? To be interrogated, for lack of better terms. And as you see how the tribe of Judah was taken, it says he talked what? It says man by man. Then he got the family of the Zaharites. So now you got the bloodline of this family, right? So we getting closer and closer. So who the hell is bringing this plague upon the nation? It says, and Zebedee was taken. So after you got the bloodline, you got the father of this man that was taken, the household of this man, right? Zebedee was taken. It says, so again, that's Joshua through the Spirit just interrogating everyone and getting right down to the point, right? Getting right down to the meat and to the gristle. Verse 18, it says, and brought his household man by man. And everyone in Zebedee's house was getting interrogated, man by man. It says, and Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zebedee, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was taken. And only the Most High knows how long this thing really took, man. All right, this thing could have took a week for them to search out. It could have took a day for them to search out. Nevertheless, we know that the Most High, he searched it out. Right? It says, and Achan was taken. It says, and Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to the Most High God of Israel, and make confession unto him, and tell me now what thou hast done, and hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against the Lord God of Israel, and thus have I done. And it's the point. It says, when I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonish garment, and 200 shekels of silver, and a wedge of gold, and 50 shekels of weight, I coveted them. Oh, he said he coveted them. Isn't that in the so-called 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not covet. So he's seen these idols among the nations after destroying them, seeing their money, and he coveted it. He put it as his God. He urged to have it. He coveted it. It says, and took them, and behold, they are hid in the earth, in the midst of my tents, and the silver under it. So this man, he took this thing, Slakia, right? This man, he took this thing, and he tried to hide it up, right? Which is off. No integrity. All right, no, just no morals, right? This man, he took this idol, took the gold, and he just tried to hide it as if no one would see him, as if the Most High wouldn't search this thing out. And for that reason, I see the judgment of his latter end. Jumping down to verse 25. It says, and Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones, and burned them with fire, after they had stoned them with stones. And they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger, wherefore the name of that place was called the Valley of Achan unto this day. And actually, we read verse 24. Not only he was stoned, or not only himself was stoned, but his household with him. So this man got his whole household destroyed because he thought he can get away with being wicked in a dark place, thinking nobody would see him. All right? And again, that shows how bright the eyes of the Most High truly is. So if you committing wickedness right now, you know, thank the Most High that you're under grace, and you got to repent from that speedily, or you will end up like Achan. All right, let's get another precept. Let's go to, just a lot of precepts I got written down. All right, let's go to Proverbs 26 and 24. All right, let's go to Proverbs 26 and verse 24. And it reads, right, Proverbs 26 and 24. It says, he that hateth, right, dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. Slakia. Let me see what precept I want. Let me keep reading. It says, when he despiseth fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. It's the point. It says, his wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. So when you read Proverbs chapter 26, verse 24 on down, all right, the Lord said his wickedness shall be shewed forth before the whole congregation. Who is that talking about? Achan. Not only Achan, but that's talking about every single man who's went off behind closed doors, who the Most High will expose before everyone. And that's scary, man. That's a real scary thing. You got people thinking that you this mighty brother. You got people thinking that you this is mighty man or this mighty sister. You doing all the works of the Lord. You have no fault in you. Then out of nowhere, the Most High brings all that wickedness that you've been doing behind closed doors, and he brings it to light. Brothers have seen it so many times. Our brothers have seen it a lot of times, man. You know, where a brother was doing wickedness, and it get brought out to the light, man. Whether that was adultery you was committed, or you thought, you know, the Most High didn't see that. You thought you can get away with this thing. You was an officer over this camp, and you know you went off. Guess what? The Most High, he brought that to light. Whether you line up a blunt, you know, you accidentally FaceTime a brother, right? You accidentally FaceTime someone while you line up that blunt. Brother damn answer the phone, he see you smoking that weed. Guess what? Your wickedness will shoot before the whole congregation. Now that news is going out. All right? Anything that you do on the left-hand side and it's off, the Most High, he will get up with you for that. Don't think that any work that you do is just, you know, is just being cast away. No, everything is being written of. You got to keep that in your mind. Everything that we do is literally being written of as we speak. All right, let me read that again. Proverbs 24 and verse 25. It says, when he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be shewed before the whole congregation. Again, that same thing happened to Achan. His wickedness, it was exposed. All right, it was compromised before the whole congregation, right, of the Most High. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 5. You even have the elders of the city, mighty men. Now, when you go into our history, you know, you go into how we dealt with things as a nation of people, the rulership and how things were set up, you had a high priest, you have priests, you have kings, you have elders. All right, when it comes to the king, when it comes to the priest, namely the high priest, when it comes to the elders, these three will help run the nation of Israel. All right, you have the king, right? You have the high priest and the elders to get a counsel and to make sacrifices and to come up to the Most High, etc. These different things will all work as one through the Spirit. So elders back in our ancient world, they was exalted to a very high level in this thing. You couldn't walk up to an elder back in the ancient world and just treat them like how you would treat an average Joe. No, elders back then in the ancient world, they were men of wisdom. They were men of understanding, mighty men, right? So the Lord, through the Spirit, when you read Ezekiel, the 8th chapter, is exposing the wisdom and the secrets, right, of the ancients of Israel. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8, and we're going to start at verse number 5. Right, Ezekiel chapter 8 and verse 5. It says, "Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now, right, the way toward the north. So I lifted up mine eyes the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy is, this image of jealousy in the entry." So you have the Lord putting Ezekiel in a trance, for lack of better terms. Right now, as he's putting Ezekiel in his trance, he's allowing Ezekiel to see all the wickedness that's done in the nation of Israel. All right. So when you read that latter part, it says, "And behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy is in the entry." And guess what? Back then we had the temple, the most holiest place. You had the elders that were setting up idols and secret parts and secret doors within the temple of the Most High God, which is extremely wicked. It says, verse 6, right? It says, verse 6, "He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary?" It says, "But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations." And we read this whole chapter, the Most High is literally exposing every single secret part that the elders are doing, that these men in high places are doing, that these men are doing. And we know, you keep reading on, the Most High continues to say, turn your head and you're going to see greater abominations. Again, you thinking that this brother, he's some, you think this brother's the elect, he's on fire 24/7, dropping videos every day, and he got the fringes all the way to the ground, he got his beard all the way to his damn, to his loins area. You got a sister, she got a hair wrap on tight 24/7. Or you think that she's extremely mighty because she got all these works that she has laid up for her? But guess what? Inwardly and secretly, this person is really off and they're wicked. And if that's you, if you're getting cut, you got to examine yourself before it's too late, because the Most High will expose you in due season. All right, reading on. Again, on this account, you have the ancients. Now, again, the ancients, they're mighty men in Israel. But guess what? The Lord is exposing what they do behind closed doors. Reading on in verse 7, Ezekiel 8 and 7. It says, "And he brought me to the door of the court." Right through the Spirit, the Most High is having Ezekiel see everything play out. So through the Spirit, it says, "He brought me to the door of the court. And when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall." Right? Imagine you going to someone's house and they got a secret room. Not even a secret room. Let's say you go into their bedroom or something. Or you may go into the basement or something. You see a secret hole in the wall. You're thinking, okay, what the hell is this? That's how it was in the temple, the most holiest place in Israel. In the temple, you had holes, secret holes within the temple that nobody knew about but these men. But the Most High have seen this thing, and he lets Ezekiel know what's going on behind closed doors, literally. So he said he's seen a hole, right? I'm going to read that again. It says, "Behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I digged in the wall, behold, a door." Okay, now, what the hell is a door doing inside the temple? You got this hole, you digging, and now it's a door. When you read the book of Exodus, right, the 31st chapter, or you read about, the 22nd chapter, you read about all these chapters about what's in the holy place, what's in the temple, what has to be put in the temple, what can't be in the temple. Read, and I believe that's 1 Kings, the 8th chapter. Read about how Solomon is building the temple. Nowhere do you read about it being a hole, okay, thou shalt make a hole, in the holiest of holies. And I shall put a door with brazen brass behind it. That's off. So for some reason, it's a door, damn hole in the temple. It says, and he said unto me, go in and behold the wicked abominations that are done here. So they had secret spots set up to where they just did wicked abominations. Again, who would look? I mean, that would be the last place to look, is the temple. That's the most holiest place. Who would think to go in the temple and you will see a secret hole, and within there you'll see a door. Open that door and there's nothing but wickedness going on. But guess who did see that? The Most High saw that. Not only did the Most High see that, but he brought it to light. Whatever you're doing, the Most High, he will see that and he will bring it to light. Which is why you have to have something called integrity in these last days. Doing what's right behind closed doors. Doing what's right when you're in front of people. The best example you can be is an example to yourself. Alright? You can't be this counselor and this so-called mighty person if you're wicked to yourself. So let's read on in this. It says, this whole account is fire too. I'm going to jump down, right? Now, you can really read this whole account, this whole chapter, the Most High just exposing the wickedness of these people with our fathers, but nevertheless, let's jump down to verse 16. It says, and he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house. It didn't say just any house. It said he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house. It says, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, wow, right between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east. And they worshipped, wow, and they worshipped the sun toward the east. How prideful and how wicked is that? Here it is, you got people bringing up offerings to you. They sacrificing offerings. All right, they giving wise counsel. And you doing it in the name of the Lord. Then right after you done with that, you make sure no one looking. These 25 men watching their back. All right, and they turn towards the east and they face the sun and they start worshiping the sun. This is not a fairy tale. This book is actual historical accounts of our fathers going hell off. That's what happened. These men, they turned their backs toward the temple. They turned their backs on the Most High. Turned to the east and they worship the sun, man. Sun worship. It says, and he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, right? And have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore will I also deal in fury. See that? And that's that judgment coming forth. It says, therefore will I also deal with fury. My eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in mine ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them. And if you're doing wickedly, if you're doing abominably, don't expect the Most High to hear you. All right, because your days in the truth are numb. If you're willfully going off, you're willfully sinning, you think it's all smooth with it, guess what? Your way out this truth is speedily coming. All right, let's get that real quick in Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. Just because the Most High don't get up with you right then and there, don't mean you just let off the hook. All right, that's verse 11. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Right, because the Most High don't judge you speedily. It says what? Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Therefore your heart is going to be set forth to do all types of evil because you didn't get judged right then and there. But guess what? The Most High, he's long suffering. And the Most High, he's going to wait for you to build up all those iniquities, all those sins. Right? Then he's going to rain all hell on you. Cast you out the truth. Expose you from the whole congregation. I mean, again, there's plenty of stories of men being exposed before the congregation. Achan being one of them. The elders being one of them. So you want to make sure that you're not amongst that number of just being wicked behind closed doors, you know, and compromise your integrity. Let's go to John chapter 12 and verse 3. You got a few more precepts. We're going to close out. All right, John chapter 12 and verse number 3. Guess who else was wicked that got exposed? Judas. Right, you had Judas that got exposed. Now, a lot of people think, Judas, he just, the law just fell upon him because it was just a random lot, and Judas had to be the one that betrayed the Lord. Now, we know according to prophecy, when we read Psalms 109, someone had to betray the Most High, and again, that joint, it wasn't just a rock, paper, scissors. Okay, you lost, you're going to be the one to betray the Most High. Whoever was doing wickedly behind closed doors was the same man that was going to betray the Lord. So, let's go to John chapter 12. And John the 12th chapter, it actually lets you know why Judas was chosen to be the one to portray, Yahweh Shai. So it says, John chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly. It says, and anointed the feet of Yahweh Shai, and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the odors of the ointment. Verse 4. It says, then saith one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, it says, which should betray him. Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? So, as you see this woman Mary, mighty through the Spirit, she's doing what she's doing. She got the ointment. She's wiping it on him for his burial. So, when he's buried, he had that good those smell good. She's anointing the Lord's body. She's washing his feet, right, with her hair. She's doing mighty works. And Judas, he walked in, he said, okay, well, hold on. All this ointment is going to waste. All right, we could have sold this ointment to the poor. We could have sold this ointment for 300 shekels of silver. Wait, what does it say, Slakia? It says, Slakia, for 300 pence and given to the poor. So his mind is on money. As spiritual things are going on, the Lord is getting his feet washed, he's getting anointed, getting cleaned up, right? His mind is on, okay, well, hold on, why is this oil that we got going to the money? You know how much, and that's Jake for you. Man, we could be making money off this. It's a come up that we get. You want to waste it all on the Lord? So off bat, his mind was off, right? And it says, verse 6, this he said, right? Not that he cared for the poor. So he didn't say, let's give it to the poor because he loved the poor. He cared for the poor. It says, but because he was a thief and had the bag and bear what was put therein. So he said that all because Judas was a thief, man. Guess what? When you read Matthew, let's go to Matthew. Let's get the same account, but in Matthew chapter 26. Let's go to Matthew 26 and read the same account. Matthew 26 and verse number 6. It says, now when Yahweh Shai was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, right? As we just read, was Mary, all right, a very precious ointment, and poured it on his head, as he said at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? So when you read Matthew 26, it describes it as the disciples saying this, when really it was just Judas. He had indignation, he had hatred for what was going on. It says, and this is what Judas said. Judas says, for this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. But when Yahweh Shai understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she have wrought this good work upon me. So what she was doing was a very good work that was being practiced. And no one knew that Judas was a damn thief during the ministry. No, that was something that was brought out to them after his death, man. Imagine this whole time the Lord sends you out to do the work, 2 by 2. All right, y'all going to all these different places and y'all getting no rest doing the work. And whole time you doing the work, you damn being a thief, man. That was Judas 11. That was the sin. He was a thief. Guess what? The Most High, he exposed Judas before the whole congregation And what was Judas later in? He ended up committing suicide. All right, for all the wickedness that he did behind closed doors, the Most High, he gave him up to that spirit. He gave him up to that covetous and that love of money spirit, which is why he betrayed the Lord for 30 shekels of silver, the price of a slave, which is completely wicked and off. So because Judas behind closed doors was covered in money, stealing, the Most High put a spirit on him to betray the Lord for only 30 shekels. All right, and because he betrayed the Lord, Judas doesn't have everlasting life. Judas, Slack. All right, Judas doesn't have everlasting life now. All because that covetousness and that wickedness got exposed by who? By the Most High. Why? Because you got all that, and you even see that in the movie, Book of Clarence. You know, they kind of let you know what was going on with Judas. That's a good movie, right? They kind of let you know what was going on with Judas, how he was being a thief, how he was covered in money behind closed doors, and the so-called Last Supper at Passover. And Yahweh told him, whoever dips his hand in the sop with me, the same will betray me. And Judas then dipped his hand in the sop with him and betrayed Yahweh, all for the love of money. Right? And that was his wickedness being shewed before the congregation. Let's get a few more. Let's go to John chapter 14 and 24. All right, let's go to John 14. And let me see if this is what I want. Slack it. Look, that's not what I want. Let's go to John chapter 14 and slack it. I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, "These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you." Right? "But the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you." It says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth." Slide, that's not what I want. Let's go to Acts chapter 5 and verse 1. Let's get another account. This may be the last account I might get, right? Let's go to Acts chapter 5 and verse number 1. So when you read Acts the 5th chapter again, throughout the whole Bible, you have men being exposed for wicked works. You don't want to be numbered amongst the men amongst the men and women that get exposed for wicked works. You want to be on the right-hand side. You want to be known as the man or that woman that went down in history for having righteous works, like Judas, like Susanna, or like Esther. Or you want to be known for having righteous works and holding up your integrity like David, like Job, man. Or like the mighty men that we had, like Abraham. Or you want to fall on the right-hand side and not the left-hand side. But that all goes back to what you're doing behind closed doors. So this is the book of Acts chapter 5, right? And verse number 1. It says, "But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price." So when you go into this, they're selling this possession for the work of the Lord. All right, they're getting money for the Lord. You know, nowadays you have something called alms. You may have charity. You know, you're doing what you do to give to the Most High. So this man and his wife, they were set to do something to give to the Lord, right? It says what? Verse 2 again. "And kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet." And that's also, they had this possession, they sold it, right? They kept back some of the money, but the rest of the money they gave to the apostles. Why are they giving it to the apostles? Because they're giving it to the ministry, to the work. So the apostles can put that to good use, do the work of the Lord, whether that be done with traveling, food for the brothers. I mean, you got to imagine this thing. They have no place to stay. Read that in 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, right? Where it said, 1 Corinthians 4, I believe that's verse 9 all the way down, right? Verse 14 on down. It said, we have no place to lodge. All right, then the Lord said, "Foxes have holes and the birds have nests, but the Son of Man have nowhere to lay his head." So the apostles, they was traveling. I mean, you read that in Matthew the 10th chapter. All right, don't take extra things. Roughly paraphrasing, told them don't take extra burdens with you, because wherever you go, you're going to have a place to stay, because people are going to lodge you. So the apostles never had, their own house, or they never had a certain dwelling place where it was a fact that they was going to sleep, good tonight. So they had to come up with ways to make money for the ministry to bring to the Lord so that this word can go out. And that's for the context of Acts the 5th chapter. So as people gathering the money, imagine you knowing that, but yet you say, I know I'm supposed to give all this to the Lord, but I'm going to keep back some for myself. All right. This money is really towards the Most High and towards the ministry, so his name can be magnified. But I'm going to take some of the Lord's money, and I'm going to keep it for myself. That was the mindset of Ananias and his wife. So verse 3. So they laid at the apostles' feet. Right, verse 3. It says, but Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and keep back part of the price of the land? All right, well, hold on now. How did Peter know that? Because the Most High revealed it unto Peter. The Most High, again, the Most High, he's watching everything play out. All right, now, Ananias and his wife, they could have said, hey, man, there's so many people in this world, the Most High ain't going to see me. All right, I'm only keeping back just a part. I ain't keeping back that much. But guess what? Again, the Most High, he's watching everything. The Most High, he sees the wickedness. He sees them keeping back some of the part, pocketing it, folding up that money, putting it in their damn sock and trying to hide it. The Lord, he sees all this. So Peter, he checked them. He said, the first thing he said to him, he said, hey, man, why is Satan filled your heart? And that off bat, that would cut someone. Right? I'm going to read verse 3 again. It says, but Peter said, Ananias, why has Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land? Whilst I remained, was it not thine own? And after was slacking, and after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto Yahweh. And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost, and great fear came on all the men that heard these things. And after Peter checked them, this man, he fell down and he gave up the ghost, man. Most High killed them right there because he stole from the Most High. He stole from the Lord. Kept back a portion. And that, again, that's scary. That shows how the Most High, he's always watching. And judgment can either come speedily, like how it did this man, like how it did Achan, or the Most High can wait until you build up your iniquities and then cast you down, like how we read in Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. Reading on. It says, and the young man arose. It says, wound them up and carried them out and buried them. And it was about the space of 3 hours after. So after that happened, 3 hours later, it says, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in, and Peter answered unto her, tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. She said, yeah, for so much. So Peter kind of tested her too. He said, hey man, y'all sold the land for so much, right? She said, oh yeah, we sold the land for so much. Not knowing that Peter, through the Spirit, killed this woman's husband because he lied to the Holy Ghost. And she thinking it's all smooth because she don't know that the Most High was watching the whole time. Reading on, it says, verse 9, then Peter said unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then she fell down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost. And the young man came in and found her dead, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband. And that's a cold statement by Peter, man. All right, she lied to she really lied to the Lord. And Peter said, all right, bet, those same men that just dragged out your husband, they just pulled up to the door and they finna drag you out the same way. She probably thinking in her head, like, what the hell you mean by that? Then right then and there, she gave up the ghost. All right, she gave up the ghost. And that shows the power of the Most High God. You can't get over on the Most High. So if you got that in your mindset, oh yeah, man, I'm finna do A, B, and C. Most High not finna see me. It's gonna be like 3 seconds. It's gonna be a couple seconds. I'll be all right. guess what? The Most High He watching. If you're not repenting, all right, if you just tempting the Most High, you're not repenting, you're not trying to seek the Most High 10 times more, the Most High He will get up with you. All right, let's close. Let's get one more precept. Let's go to 1 Samuel 16 and 7. 1 Samuel chapter 16. All right. And verse, let me see. Con. 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse number 7. It says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. Right? It says, talking about David's oldest brother. It says, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, that's the point. But the Lord looketh on the heart. So remember that the Most High, He's looking at your heart. The Most High is looking at the sincerity of your works. The Most High is looking at your mindset and what's on your mind, what you meditating on, what you thinking. Right? What spirit are you moving in? You may go off one time. Are you going to repent? That's what the Most High is looking at. He's not looking at your outer appearance. All right, that's John 7 and 24. The Most High is looking on what spirit you're moving in. He's looking on the spirit of your heart. And knowing that you want to make sure that your heart is perfect with the Most High, as was the heart of David, man. As it says in 1 Kings, the 11th chapter. Right? So you want to make sure your heart is perfect. And you want to strive for that perfection, as was the heart of David. All right, let's get these last two closing precepts. Let's go to Baruch 4 and 28. Let's get these closing. Actually, before we get that, all right, man, let's go to Revelation 22, the classic. So to Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12. Right, Revelation 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly. My reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So whatever work should you have laid up, righteous or wicked, the Most High is going to reward you according to that work. Again, the Most High, He's not unrighteous. So let's get that in Hebrews 6. I believe that's Hebrews the 6th chapter. He's not unrighteous to forget your works. So the same way how the Most High He sees your wicked works, and He judges men according to their wicked works, the Most High He also sees your righteous works and the effort that you put into serving Him as well. It's going to reward you according to your righteous works as well. Let's go to Hebrews 6. I believe that's verse 10. It says, for Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have shewed toward His name, and that ye minister, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So the same way how you know you have wicked works that you need to repent from, you want to make sure that your righteous works that you have are also being magnified, that you're magnifying that to the Most High God, and that you're doing your best to hold forth, right? I know I said that was going to be the last precept, but got to get this in Job 27. All right, but you want to make sure that you have that integrity laid up within you, man. All right, you want to have that integrity laid up within you, right? Job 27. Let's go to Job 27 and verse number 5. And what made Job perfect is that no matter what Job went through, he still never denounced the Most High. Whatever he did, he still gave the Most High honor and glory. He didn't go behind closed doors, hearkening to his wife, denounce the Most High, and fall out this thing and, just be wicked. Guess what? Job, whatever he did, he kept his integrity, man. So this Job 27, and he kept his integrity, unlike Achan, who went off behind closed doors and got judged. Unlike Ananias and Sapphira, who went off and got judged behind closed doors. Unlike the wicked elders that we read about, and the men of Israel that went off behind closed doors. So let's get this in Job 27 and 5. It says, God forbid that I should justify you. It says, till I die, I will not remove mine integrity from me. So Job said, amen, till I die, I'm not going to remove mine integrity from me whatsoever. And that's the spirit that we got to move in these last days. All right, we're going to close out with Sirach 43 and verse 30. All right, this Sirach 43 and verse number 30. It says, when ye glorify the Most High, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. Right, and no man can never go far enough when it comes to serving the true living God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, last one, through the Spirit, right? Baruch 4 and 28. All right, this is Baruch 4 and 28. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. And that's the spirit that we got to move in, to make sure that we glorify the Most High, cast away wicked works, and we praise and thank and glorify the Most High 10 times more. Put away the secret sins. All right, that's Hebrews, the 12th chapter. All right, Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. Put away that sin that doth so easily beset you. So you want to make sure that you're putting away sins, repenting, or having a clean garment, or holding forth your integrity before the Most High, not being a hypocrite. You want to do what you need to do to be clean, have your heart clean before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, right, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, Ashar Shabbat, happy Sabbath, to everyone that's keeping the Sabbath today. Shalom to everyone on the live stream. Lord willing, everyone has a beautiful Sabbath through the Spirit and power of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. A new moon coming in tonight. So Lord willing, everyone celebrating the new moon, in its appointed season, in its appointed time. And with that, again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Kom Yashala, Shalom.